Somebody wave. Give me a little wave if you've got a question. Hey there, Josh, my man, here to save me in my moment of need. I know you got a good one.
Well, Mr. Anderson, since we're telling all old dad stories, this one will crack you up. God rest my dad's soul. I told him that you got fired, and he said, good. Now John Cena won't break Ric Flair's record. True story. He was so excited that you got fired because John Cena wouldn't be able to break Ric Flair's title string. So that's my dad's story.
He ain't as excited as I was. I did a standing gainer in my living room.
I bet you did, man. I bet you did. Well, over the last 15 years, you've got to work with two of the greatest, and I love to hear about the mindset of great athletes. Can you tell me a little bit about how what's motivating John to come back, because he really doesn't have to, and what motivates Cody to keep pursuing greatness when he is the man at AEW when it comes to EVPs? You know, what drives these guys at this late in their career to be their very best?
Well, John certainly, like I said, has pretty much got into Hollywood. He's pretty much in now, I think. And but I also think that it's not lost on John that the wrestling industry and wrestling fans and WWE they gave him the platform to be noticed by Hollywood. So he is in debt to them, and I think he knows that. And him coming back, especially after the pandemic, I could see John wanting to do it for his fans, which are a lot of them are children, as we know.
And this 47-year-old.
And that 47-year-old. And so he wants to give back for everything that you guys have given him. And if I asked him that question and him saying, hey, man, you know, I want to take some time. Fans have been through a rough time with this pandemic. I want to give something back. I could very easily see him saying that. And I would believe him 100%. Now, Cody, you know, was always a kid that knew he could step out of his dad's shadow, but he always wanted to embrace who his dad was. You know, a lot of people would say, you know, okay, he's riding his dad's coattails. No, he's not. He's paved his own way. He left WWE and he was making a ton of money for guys like you and I. I mean, he was making a hell of a living. But he knew that he was going to bet on himself and go out into the world and see if there was any demand for Cody Rhodes, and there damn sure was. And I'm sure he was in on the ground floor with the company we're working for now, as far as brainstorming and putting that together and having an alternative to WWE. And that's what it is. And he is the face of WWE, and that's no knock to any of the other EVPs or any of the other talent. He's just a guy that if you're going to explain to me, and I've never seen it, what AEW wrestling is, and I need it explained to me and where they're heading and what they're doing, he's the guy that can deliver that message. Does that make sense?
Completely. And as head coach, I would love for you to try to hoodwink Tony Khan to make it so Cody can get a chance at the world title, because that was 2 years ago. And I think Cody deserves a shot at the world title. So if you can do that for me, Arn, I would really appreciate you trying to find a way to make that happen.
I'll do my best. And I'm digging those Carreras sitting on your nose too.
Well, yeah, I've been wearing these now because of you. And not only does it provide great sun protection, but it provides a lot of my wife jabbing me in the ribs when all these chicks, when I was in San Diego last week, gave me the eye like you were in Pensacola. She jabbed me a couple times.
Well, she must understand you're a damn good looking man, and that's going to happen.
Hey, like peas in a pod, two guys with giant heads and big hearts. Thanks, Arn.
Thank you, my friend.
Oh, thank you so much, Josh. We are a stylish bunch here, aren't we, guys? We are going next to Mike